Hey everyone, hope you are well. This video is a bit overdue, but nonetheless, I feel it's important to get this out. My name is Tracy, and I am founder of Root Source Health and Wellness. And I've been feeling compelled to speak on a few overlapping topics in our world. So, things that are overlapping and can affect our mind, body, soul, and spirit. And so, I want to start with the event that we all experienced in September on the world stage, the tragic event. And I feel that's all I need to say about that. And I do want to send my deepest condolences to all those that were closely impacted. But I do want to describe what occurred for me afterwards. And that's my point in mentioning this. When I could contemplate things again after the incident is when I kind of sat with it and the information that I'm about to talk to came to me. So I am a person of faith, and even as a child, I knew that there was a higher order of things. I did not read the Bible much growing up, but I did go to church. I went to CCD. I received the sacraments, and I know a lot of the stories and lessons within the Bible. And I will say, after that second week in September, I specifically felt a need to contemplate Solomon and his prayers. It kind of just showed itself to me, and yeah, started doing my research there. And as I sat with it, some other things kind of came up for me. And in doing so, I remembered the Ephesians 6:10 through 18 passage about the armor of God. And I am going to read it to you here. I will also have it below the video so you can copy and paste it. But it starts with, finally, be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. Stand firm then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in your place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, which with, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, and pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. So I will say here that I felt the darkness and evil that was immediately shed after this tragic event. And I will say that I am very sensitive to things, and I tend to feel them energetically, on an energetic level. And so everyone is different. So you may see things, you may hear things, you may dream about things. There's many ways to receive messages. And I will say, as a side note, this has all been started, I would say, for intensely for about a year. And I've been feeling this way. And but it was finally achieved in September of 2025. And I will say there is no doubt that darkness, this type of darkness anyway, has no boundaries. So I said that armor of prayer, or excuse me, armor of God prayer every morning for only about a few days. And during a meditation shortly after, was given some insight about this armor of God that I believe is specific to me and my purpose. I am not going to go into it here because I feel it's for each person to discover on their own And if you feel called to take up the armor, then what will need to be revealed to you will be revealed. So, um, but I will say since then, you can not only feel what I think of it as a reinstallment of Christ consciousness, but we can see it symbolically everywhere. Really, if we open our eyes, if the veil is lifted, if we are seeing with our full sight, it is here now. It's here on planet Earth. And so, however that is represented through you symbolically, in patterns and in the other ways that I just mentioned, know that it's real. Okay, this stuff is real, and it does emanate in our world, and like I said, in different ways. And so we need to just know that that is real. And we are a definite mirror to the cosmos, the as above, so below, which is really an endless infinity of possibility. So what I'm being shown is that you can choose what you want to experience in this life, and that includes light or darkness. It is all your choice to live divinely, to live in the light or in the darkness, to join the center pillar of light, to ascend or stay in a gray space. And that's an interesting concept to me because, there's light, there's dark, and there is a gray. And for some time, I thought maybe the gray space was a kind of safe space, but you're easily tempted by the darkness here. So it's a choice you can make to live one way or the other. And I've been told and shown that it is a harder road to live in the light. But, um, you know, the alternative is the dark road is very easy. And, you know, you would also be chained to physical density without being able to see light, right? Living in physical density, meaning like your lust, your greed, your sloth, all of those things, and just being tied to that physical world, physical density. So this is going to tie me into 3-eye Atlas, and however you perceive this thing to be, that's fine. I feel like we may not need to know the exact details of what this is because sometimes giving it labels and titles gets us distracted from the core message, which is light and light codes, which help us to advance as a species during this time. So don't get distracted and caught up with titles and labels and all of those things. We know we can see from our telescopes that it is shedding light, physical light, and it will affect us. It is it is flying through our solar system right now, and it will have effect on all the planets that it is flying by, including Earth, and we will feel the effects of this. So, not only is it bringing light into the solar system, it is a pure gift, and we should accept it as a pure gift from the universe at this time. If we look at the synchronicity, it's just too perfect here. And, with experiencing the darkness that we experienced a little over a month ago, and now have this incredible gift of light streaming through our solar system, yeah, it's things don't align like that too often. So this is a very special gift that we are receiving at this time. Um, so yeah, like I just keep thinking about this spark that is just blazing through our solar system, shedding light, rekindling light, rebirthing light, rejuvenating light, and regaining the light that was briefly dimmed, right? And during this time, I was shown that the higher self will be made easier to access. So, is this a critical choice point? I think we can say things are definitely getting more intense in our world. And so I think this is a critical point. And as we're bringing more light and the light workers are doing their work, there will naturally be more resistance to it. So, another matter of importance is if you live in large cities, you will need to recharge yourself more often and daily for sure. You may not be even aware of this if you've lived in this kind of energy for a while, but I will tell you, as a native New Yorker, the energy that I felt in the city a few weeks ago really disturbed me. Really, really disturbed me so much that it's taken a while to recover from this. It's kind of like an energetic overload. Um, but I've been living out of a major city for over 20 years, so I have grown very sensitive to all kinds of energy. But I recommend if you're living in these major cities, taking salt baths often, eat as much plant-based foods as you can, drink good water, care for your nervous system with herbs, breath work, sound, and meditation. Be in nature as much as possible. Okay, this is real. The energy that is emanating um, is really wreaking havoc on your nervous system. And what I'm getting is that the earth energy signals are having a hard time tapping through. And if you're able to get out of the city for a while, please do so for your overall health. Okay. I'm going to end the video here. I hope it helps even just one person. If you can please leave a comment below if you've watched this video all the way through. Comment on your experiences during this time. Please leave questions and insight. I'd like to start a conversation here. But I will also have the Armor of God passage below for you to look up on your own or copy and paste it so you can have it. Anyway, take care, be well, and talk to you next time.